My name is James Wosley. I spent 3 years in the Marine Corps. I started out in basic training at San Diego. Then I was transferred to 29 Pounds, California. I was a corporal E4 in the artillery. And probably the highlight of my tour was making an amphibious landing at 29 Pounds.
Good morning, Arcadia, and shout out to Ellie Temsky. My name is Major John Temsky, and I'm at Camp Parks, California, which is located right outside Oakland, California. I have been in the Army for 29 years, and my favorite experience was when I had the opportunity to work in the Army for Europe for 6 years. I had a chance to see a lot of countries and see a lot of their cultures and eat a lot of their yummy foods. So, with that, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting us and all the veterans, and happy Veterans Day.
My name is Dave Colkin. I was in the Army in 1963, and I was stationed at Fort Polk, Louisiana, when President John F. Kennedy got shot. And when I got out of the service, I was a Spec 4. Thank you.
Ken Marshik. I joined the Army in October 4th, 1954. And I done basic training in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri for 8 weeks. Came home for Christmas for 2 weeks and then went to Fort Bliss, Texas for 8 weeks for artillery training, and then was sent to Germany. I spent 19 months and 2 days in Germany. I was in artillery while I was deployed there, and our job was to keep the Russians out of the demilitarized zone in West Germany. We never had to shoot any down, but 2 years after I left, they shot down 2 planes. Almost had another war, but they finally backed off. And I was discharged in October 2nd in '56.
Dave Blaschko, U.S. Navy, 1967 to 71. I was the aviation ordnanceman. We loaded bombs on the USS Kitty Hawk on the A6 Intruder. We sometimes were out to sea for 40 days at a time, go in for a week and then back out to sea for 30 or 40 days. I was in Vietnam from 68 through 69 and back to Virginia Beach, NES Oceana Air Base. The next cruise we made was on the USS Independence in the Mediterranean, where we had a lot of practice runs and just did a lot of ship duty there. So that's about it. I got out in September of 1971.
Hi, my name is Chuck Blaschko. I'm from Arcadia. My branch of the service was the United States Navy. My years of service was 1968 to 1971. I had actually enlisted when I was a junior in high school, and went to Great Lakes Naval Training Center, and then was stationed for training. I was selected for Naval Air. Went to Memphis to do the schooling, and one of the most interesting things there was when Martin Luther King got killed, and that was within a couple of blocks of where our base was, so there was obviously a lot of commotion. After Memphis, I went to Patuxent River, Maryland, and that was about 60 miles south of Washington, D.C. During those years, there was a lot of unrest in the United States, and when we would go into the Capitol, there was a lot of protests against the war right in the Washington, around the Washington memorials and everything. After that, I went to I went to Iceland for my last 2 years, and what we did there was we were in the naval air, so what we were doing is watching for Russian submarines that would try to sneak into around the east coast of the United States. So I got out in September of 1971.
Hi there, this is Private First Class McCoy. Just wanted to thank you guys for all your support. My cousins are Declan and Landon. I love you guys and I hope to hear from you soon, get some letters from you. I am currently serving in Afghanistan in the Army, and I hope you guys have a great year.